Hello, I'm at top of Church Street, Bolsey 10 Primark, on this very busy Friday afternoon. Really is a busy day, noisy. Looks as if it's going to rain, but it's still quite warm out, so we shall see. I'll try and get another video done if it doesn't rain. Screenshot at the beginning. Ian Bain, MP for West Derby, Refugees Welcome. Dan Carden, MP for Walton, Diversity is our strength. Them two MPs need voting out at the next general election, which will be 229. Well, I thought if there's a by-election beforehand, probably not. But all the same, they need voting out, ladies and gentlemen. They are proponents of further cultural change. Further cultural change leads to cultural replacement. We have already witnessed what cultural replacement does to once unique communities. The two videos I uploaded yesterday, no cultural rewind there, no. Those communities are changed forever, ladies and gentlemen, never ever to see their former glory ever again. There is no cultural rewind. If there was, then it would have happened across London, Leicester, Birmingham, and many other once unique, proud cities that are being culturally changed, leading to cultural replacement. So, Dan Carden, Ian Bain, Walton, West Derby MPs, they need voting out at the next general election. They are for, both of them, they are for further cultural change here in our glorious city, our Cherry City Centre, like I said, which eventually leads to cultural replacement. And there is no cultural rewind. Otherwise it would have happened where the videos I upload. What's happened there then? There's been no cultural rewind there, has there? No, and there never will be. That's what's happened. Like I've said, once new arrivals sink their roots so deep there in the driving seat, you dance to their tune. There is no cultural rewind. It doesn't happen. We can't let our city get to that point where new arrivals are in the driving seat, sinking their roots so deep, there is no cultural rewind, right? We've witnessed what's happened, like I've said, to other long-standing proud communities across the country. They were changed, never to be changed back. No cultural rewind, gone. So it's in all our interests, especially the constituents of West Derby and Walton, to replace Dan Carden and Ian Bain for those two communities. And anyone else, for that matter, councillors as well. They need voting out, those all in favour of cultural change or remaining silent, turning a blind eye as to what is happening. The next council elections, the next year, I'm not quite sure, right? All the same, these reckless politicians need voting out, but them two in particular. Ian Bain, Refugees Welcome, MP for West Derby. Dan Carden, Dan the diversity man. Diversity our strength. MP for Walton. Them two most certainly need voting out, because they do not care. And taking notice of Dan Carden, he was behind a national inquiry into the grooming gangs. He's only spouting that now because he's panicking regarding his seat and what's happening in and around County Road, in the constituency of Walton. If he was against the grooming gangs, then he would oppose further new arrivals coming into our city who are from the same culture, those perpetrating the grooming, right? Why would you not oppose further potential groomers coming into the city if you were against what has been happening and you're all behind an inquiry into the grooming gangs, which I believe Labour are having now, because they've got to. They've been put in a corner. all the same, don't fall for that old chestnut. Dan Carden now, he's all against the grooming gangs. As I said, if you were against the grooming gangs, you'd be against potential groomers coming in, because the groomers coming in are from the same culture of those committing the grooming. So it's a load of baloney. He's just panicking. But all the same, I won't digress. Ian Byrne, MP for West Derby. Dan Carden, MP for Walton. They need voting out at the next opportunity, which I believe will probably be the 229 general election. There's a by-election before, and great, but I don't believe that's going to happen. But all the same, they need voting out. Just two examples. You see, people keep saying to me, Joe, the people in Liverpool, they vote Labour. They just keep voting Labour. The only reason they vote Labour in Liverpool is there's no one else. That's why. There's no one else that's reliable, credible. They're not going to just vote for any old bozo, are they? They want someone that's reliable and credible. I believe that once candidates that come forward who are reliable, credible, opposed to further cultural change, these politicians will lose their seats, all of them, MPs, councillors, the lot of them. So that's what this is all about. It's not about if you all vote Labour and can't vote anyone else. They will vote for another party, another candidate. Got to be credible and reliable, right? They're not just going to vote for anyone. So that's why they vote Labour. They vote Labour because there's no one else, right? But anyway, they need voting out them two MPs. Two examples, because our city is changing faster and faster. We can't keep leaving this and putting this off till the next general election, then the next general election. We have to act now, ladies and gentlemen. We can see what's happening. Our city is changing. There is a cultural transformation underway. Long term, it will lead to cultural replacement. Like what you've watched in the videos I've uploaded. Has there been a cultural rewind in those communities? No, and there's never going to be one. We must oppose further cultural change while we're still in the driving seat. While the Scouse fam is still in the driving seat, we must oppose further cultural change. We leave this too late, ladies and gentlemen. Our children and grandchildren will curse us. They'll be left with this mess, right? Because that's what it's going to become, ladies and gentlemen. It's a mess, cultural chaos, right? Ian Byrne, Dan Carden, the careerists, right? And the die-hard Labour, they're not going to say, well, I've finally realised after following Labour all my life that they're wrong. They're not ever going to say that if you haven't got the courage of their convictions. Whereas I would. I'd say, well, that's been wrong. I've been following this, what I believed in for so long. It's been wrong, but they're not going to do that. They will just fob the good people off with all the usual nonsense. Diversity our strength, and Liverpool remains a haven for those fleeing war and oppression. Yeah, I agree with that, but for how many and for how long? Well, exactly. We can't house, feed, clothe the world, ladies and gentlemen. And like I've said, there is a cultural replacement underway. We have watched what's happened to these other places with disastrous consequences. Look at the grooming scandal. How has the grooming scandal came about? Well, cultural change, right? Exactly, cultural change. And they all know it. Dan Carden knows it, and the diversity man, he knows what is behind the grooming scandal. It's cultural change. Of course it is. Well, what is it then? Have I missed something? I haven't missed anything. I'm going to go now, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting really, really busy. But remember, saying no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.